Thank you, Zoom. But to be able to say thank you for yesterday, I think, I know it's a lot in the beginning to get your social media all up to scratch, but I settings are a big thing. And I really want to applaud you all for going through it step by step. And you have that PDF that I sent you yesterday. And if you don't have it, just ask somebody. I'm happy to share it out to whoever wants it and needs it because I think this is really important. And knowing that you guys are set up for success, and I made that PDF even better than my presentation with a lot of words on there to show you step by step on where to find everything. And once you've got all this set up, then you guys will be tickety boo. And the highlight section, I know a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize about those highlights. But highlights are such a great way to highlight you and highlight what you've got and being able to people to stalk you without having to contact you. So your highlights just keep edifying you on your page and you're set up as that shop front every day of the week. So I've got a beautiful presentation for you guys today that we are going to go over. We're going to talk about marketing versus recruiting, branding and messaging, and ChatGPT, and also my social media formula and pinching. Clearly, if you guys have um, pages and pens, fantastic. Or if you've got your phone with you, that's even better, and you're on your laptops that you can be able to run through this while we're doing it. And any questions, put them in the chats, and we will go through this step by step. I don't care how long it takes, because if you understand the importance of your marketing and the importance of your message and how wonderful it is to have AI in our lives, it will save you oodles of time. And that's what I'm all about. I want you guys to do this business with intention and not sit there and just throw spaghetti at a wall and hope it sticks. We want our spaghetti sticking, okay? So we are here to make an impact every single day. But James, did you want to say something before I jump in and share my screen?
Yeah, by the way, yeah, I was able to catch up from yesterday. And Annika, if it's possible, I think on your end, the entry tones are turned on, if there's a way to turn that off. Or if you want to make me host, I can do that too. Or if not, that's okay. Um, but I'm curious, throw in the chat, what's one action everyone took from yesterday? Everyone, what's one action you took from yesterday? I took the action. I love what you said, Annika, about now, I used to also repost from Instagram and Facebook and not let them share like a reel. But I love what you said about the algorithms changing. So today I'm just like, all right, that makes my life a lot easier as well too. But so many good things. Highlights, reviewed your settings, went through all your settings, highlights. Awesome. Yeah, fix your securities and privacies. Look at that, Annika. Action takers. And yesterday we prefaced it with this is everything, and I just love Annika. Let's honor Annika for just the excellence. Like to do the training is one thing, but then to make a board and a training and a PDF, like what? Guys, people literally throw in the chat, by the way, if you were to see this on the general market and it's a 4-day boot camp just like this, how much money do you think Annika could charge? Throw in the chat. If yeah, I'd pay for sure. I know. So like, what would you 10K? Yeah, $1,000 at least, right? At least. And isn't it amazing that Annika's willing to share her hard work talent? She's invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into herself to give it all to us for free. So the best thank you is just doing what you're doing. I'm seeing some of you change your banners. I'm seeing you guys on social media. It's to take massive action on the things that are really resonating with you and just blow up. So Annika, thank you for that. Quick announcement, and then we'll get right into everything. We have a call. I have to hop up 10 minutes early today because in North America, we have a call that's happening that I do want to invite everyone onto. But we have an opportunity to hear from everyone in PartnerCo corporate. So it's not common that you get all of PartnerCo, the executives, our founders, our execs, they're all going to be on. This will be a recognition call for North America. You're going to see 2,000 plus promotions here. And I know not everyone here is North American, but it's like those that went to PXP in Dallas that came out of country. You come in and you see the bigger picture. And me and Becky, we're going to be closing out too. So it's going to be so fun to celebrate together with you all. But I'd absolutely encourage, I'll throw the link in the chat below as well too. But if you have time, pop on after this as well too. We're going to have a lot of fun. But Annika, with that, I'll toss it back to you. I think your co-host, and we should be good.
I love it that there's still so much about Zoom that I need to learn because you were saying that about muting everybody and then doing and taking off that stupid bell. So, babe, you're host, you go for it. You change my settings, go for it. And this is the whole point. Like I love learning from James or anybody. Like I don't care if you've been in the business 5 seconds, 5 years, 10 years. You've been wherever you are, I'm always up for learning and feedback from whomever. So if you're ever sitting there and you think, oh, who can I ask or who can I get feedback from? Go for it. Keeping that feedback loop as tight as you can is a really, really important thing. Like you could ask anybody on here, hey, Angela, can you just scroll down my page and see if my message is clear? And that's what I want to go through with you guys today about really pushing into that niche of what you guys are actually talking about and auditing yourself and rechecking in constantly. And even if you were asking a friend that you wanted to buy from you, that you'd ask the hormone drops and you're quite close with them, what stops you from saying, hey, do you mind walking down my page? I am obsessed with these balance drops. I see so many people change their lives with it. Just scroll down my page. Is there what post hits out to you? Could you just give me 5 minutes, 2 minutes, right? And pushing into your community so that they start going, oh, you should be doing this. And that could even open you up for conversations with even having with that person that you've been trying to close. I really love being able to ask people for that feedback. All right, so let's share my screen. I'm going to share the entire screen, not my notes today. Let's jump on in. Please let me know that you can see everything. So let's go into day two. What we will cover, my friends. We are going to firstly go back over what the platform is, right? We have our reels. So, what are reels? Reels are short vertical videos, vertical. They grab attention fast, and this is what your algorithm loves. If you are getting views straight away on your reels, you'll go and any comments that are happening, your algorithm is going to be pushing you up every day of the week. And reels are such a great platform to be able to go viral with, especially now that your settings are all completely open. So they can be funny skits, product demos, a day in the life clips. A day in the life of you is amazing. Is We're going to go through tomorrow about A roll and B roll and certain formats that you can do, but showcasing a day in the life of your eating habits, on how you take your drops, on just your life in general. People are sticky bigs and they want to see what you're up to. And plus, that gives you that connection of people going, oh my gosh, she is exactly like me. They're great for tips and transformations. I love voiceovers or lip syncs, but if you're not good at that, don't stress. Go back to all the rest of them. So when you're thinking about reels, think entertainment, education, and energy. You could do an example of you showing your morning routine with your collab or your snaps or your drops. You could put trending sounds and text pops up saying hormones before coffee. I personally love funny stuff. I love being funny every day of the week. Your stories. So your stories are these bad boys all up the top here, and that's for Instagram and Facebook. Stories are quick temporary updates that disappear after 24 hours unless you save them to highlights or you've archived them, which you all have done now. But they're perfect for behind the scenes moments. They're great for adding polls, questions, product links, all your daily life content. You see James, he puts baby Jaden in there. He met the chiropractor, building a kitchen. There's just everything you do. You picking up your coffee, content. You're making your drinks, content. You're making dinner, content. Stories are, you can flood them with of showing behind the scenes of who you are. Again, that credibility. So when you're thinking about stories, think connections and conversations, because what I love about stories is if they comment or you can see who is commenting and who is watching, but you can also, once they comment, they're in your messenger. And where's the money, gang? It is in Messenger. So an example is you could say you've just finished a workout or a walk and you're giving greens, and you could say who else is ready to start their day, right? It is a wonderful platform to hard sell on. There is no rules in stories. Go hard or go home. The other ones are lives. So a live is a live broadcast where followers can join, comment in real time with you. What I like to do is if I'm going live, I like to announce it on my page. It could just be a block color that's super easy to do and say going live with Rhea O'Reilly, who lost 69 kilos from taking her health seriously, right? People, and then you say going live in 15 minutes. Then people join on. They could ask Q&As. You could do a product demonstration. You could do team updates or launches of our products. We just had collagen just come. A lot of the girls went live with our collagens and the algorithm, because it's real-time content, it will push you forward. So I know a lot of you sit there and go, oh, lives are a bit scary. But my friends, it could be 3 minutes. You could jump in, say what you're going to say, and jump out. And I always have, especially when I first started, what was my intro and what was my outro, so that I never got that verbal diarrhea. And when you're thinking about your lives, it's a real time community, live community that's happening here and there. And you could do an example of you going live with another leader and chatting about hormone balances and empowering women while taking audiences' questions. What I like to do as well with lives is ask my team to jump on and they ask questions, but I've already prepped them with some questions so that I then can talk more. So if you have a team with you, or you could just ask any of your fellow millionaire mentorship gang and say, hey guys, I'm going live in 20 minutes. Can somebody, if somebody hasn't asked them, can somebody ask these 4 questions? Anyone, I don't care. And they would jump on, and then you could then be able to have, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Deborah. Yes, they do. They are amazing and they are all natural. Yes, they are homeopathic. Like you get that conversation moving, especially if you're starting out on lives and you feel like you need that backup. Posts. So posts are something that goes on your main feed for content. It can be photos, carousels, and a lot of people say they don't know what carousels are. All it is, gang, is a bunch of pictures. So carousels are what is on Instagram, and Facebook posts it just as a bunch of pictures, which you can rearrange. But carousels are really cool, or even images are really cool, because I don't know if you've seen the algorithm change, but it's really promoting photos right now. If you see this picture here of my son, it had 4,500 views because I put music over it. And this, write this down for yourselves. This is a really fun hack. Is on any picture, if you put a music or a sticker or something over the top of it, it becomes a live photo. So if people don't comment, you still see who is watching. So let's say you had 3 comments, but you had 1,000 views. You're like, you cheeky buggers, I know you're watching me. So it's a cheeky hack to see who's watching. So my son's picture had a lot of engagement, but it had a lot of views. So I get to see that data if I put music over the top. And what do you think music does? It invokes that emotion that attaches to that picture. So examples for your post, you could do before and afters, lifestyle pics, motivational quotes. I can't tell you, people love a bit of razzle dazzle when it comes to motivation. If you see something that makes you go, oh, that's beautiful, and you shared it, don't share it. Do not share content. What I would do is I'd take the content and remake it. Take a screenshot of the quote that you saw today and repost it as your own original content. I always do that. I never make anybody else more famous. I make myself famous and I get ideas from every single person. You could do client testimonials, or you could do product education breakdowns of your products. You could be holding a bottle of drops and talking about pain points of what this product has solved for you. And remembering that if you are going to be speaking about products, speak about the story of what the product does. What has it done to you? What is your experience with it? Or if you don't have an experience right now, have the experience of a customer. Ask James for his testimonial about baby Jaden. Ask any of your teams that have had issues with insulin that you can go and tell their story on your page. Don't ever put a product with just benefits. Put a product with a story. It will hit a lot harder. Hashtags. Hashtags are very interesting, and hashtags are actually being very modified right now. You'll see on TikTok, you're only allowed 3, on Instagram, on some people's accounts if they've updated. We used to be able to do 30, and this is why algorithms are so interesting. They continuously change. So back in the day, we used to do 30, and my teaching was, why would you post 1 when you can post 30? Like, get your reach out there. Like let's really push. But now it's pulling us back because it's wanting you to really niche in on what you're targeting. So think of hashtags as a search engine. And when you look at your hashtags, ask yourself, and please like take this and really think about it right now. There's so many people that do hashtag change your life, hashtag my goals and journey. Okay, when's the last time you looked up hashtag my goals and journey or hashtag this changed my life? You don't. But would you look up hashtag gut health recipes, hashtag hormone health, hashtag cortisol control, hashtag endo sufferer? Yes, we would absolutely look up those hashtags. So when you're using hashtags, remember the rule of thumb. They are a search engine. Would you, and ask yourself when you put a hashtag on, I'd rather you put in the hashtags and physically put them in than ask chat to do them for you because you are literally targeting exactly what your audiences are after. I used to once do hashtag like banana cake recipes or green curry because I knew people would go for it. So your hashtags will literally go out to people who are searching for those things. So you will be suggested on their suggestion feeds if you're using the correct hashtags. So think about what are you actually searching for? Music. So a lot of you right now, I'm going to take myself off share in just a second just to show you. But sound is everything. Sound for me, I don't know about you guys, but music heals my heart. If I have a bad day, I put on music as loud as I can. If I'm walking, I have music or a podcast in my ear. Words matter. Music matters. It really makes your post or your reel or your stories really stand out. So think about if I was going to post a picture of me being sad, would I post? Cause I'm happy, come along. If you say, I wouldn't post that. I wouldn't post that with that. I wouldn't put that music with that picture. I would put maybe a song of that invokes people with a bit of slow music. Think about when if I was doing a one about my drops, I would put a happier song. So think about your music because your music matters. Matching the emotion or energy with your message. If we look at when we come on and everybody, there's a few of you that are still doing this. So let's just really like nut this one out. If we go to our Instagram, whoever's got their phones, right? Or if you post your stories on Facebook, you're going to go to, if you're going to start off with your post, I'm just going to highlight myself. Spotlight. If I'm on my Instagram, you've got that little plus in the top left-hand corner, right? This is where you will find all of your buttons, your reels, your posts, your stories, your lives, everything. If I go to put a story up and let's say I'll just put one of my pictures up and then I go to my sticker, remember that sticker right in the middle, that sticker is life. You will find every single category that you are ever after on that sticker. And the great thing about all of this is that your stickers, that sticker up there and stories give you so many options. It gives you polls, gives you links. Reels don't do this. And this is why even if you guys got really good at stories, you're going to become absolute weapons because stories are just has so many options and we get to see who's watching. But if I went into the music part and I picked a song, I've just got Hey Sister Go. Now, what happens, guys, is your music comes onto the front of the page. Some songs don't, some songs do. But if you understand, if your song comes on the front of your story, all you do is put your finger on it and slide it straight off the page. I see so many of you, and it's not like it's not end of the world. I'm not saying it's doom and gloom, but what it's putting a music and words over your beautiful content. So all you need to do is when you add music to your stories, put your finger on and slide it straight off the page. Okay. You could even use hashtags. I know some people, this is called like an SEO campaign, right? Where people use, let's say, really interesting hashtags on their stories or in their reels and they slide them off the page. So what that does is it uses as a search engine, right? Of a reel that if I had hormone imbalance and I put the hashtag on my reel and I slid it off. So your music, just think of anything you put on your reels, you can slide it straight off. Your stories, slide it straight off. Do not keep your music on top of your stories because it doesn't interacts with actually your beautiful post or story that you're actually doing. Okay, let's go back to my entire screen. So music, we've all got that one. Marketing versus recruiting. One cannot live without the other. And why I say this is, let's say, and I have this happen all the time.
Annika,
Yes?
Annika, this is an interpreter, Dania. If you don't mind removing Spotlight just for communication equity, when your Spotlight, the ability to pin goes away. So if you're done with that explanation, it would be helpful to remove that Spotlight.
Of
Thank you
course.
so much.
Of course. Thank you for letting me know that.
Absolutely.
I love it that we've got an interpreter on here. This is fantastic. Yeah. So one cannot live without the other. If we look at, and I've got girls all the time that come and say to me, Annika, I haven't closed, or people are saying it's too expensive. What backs you up is your marketing. If I have sold, or if I've sent out three links and and I've asked them what issues do they have. One will say they've got pigmentation. One will say it's too expensive. One will say they don't know what to cook and they'll probably fail anyway, so there's no point. Do you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm then going to use my own posts, my own stories, my own messaging for the next week of targeting those exact people. I intentionally target them. So I'm going to do a story set about pigmentation and results, or if they want it's about cellulite, I'm going to plug Vinali like it's going out of fashion. If somebody was talking about the price, I'm going to talk about a testimonial of a woman who said no for 3 months, but finally said yes and wished she'd done this sooner and actually took her health seriously. I am solving the problems with my marketing. So marketing versus recruiting, one cannot live without the other. So when you have a blockage in a customer, and then what you're going to do is when you post in your stories, do you know what else I'm going to search for? Did they watch my story? And I'm going to see them every time watching my story. And I'm like, going to go, I've nearly got them. I know I've got them. And you literally are zoning in on what the problems are of why you can't close. And when I say to you, I'm going to go get a testimonial of somebody who didn't say yes for 3 months. Guys, I'm going to get Kirsten Carossi to send me that message and I'm going to screenshot it and I'm going to put it in my stories because it's not a lie. You know your products work. You know they're the best in the world. You know they can help her. You just might need to get some reassurance to help it. So social media is that story. However you use that story, use it. And we are always showing and edifying ourselves. I will continuously push the line of success of my business, of my products on my pages, of my team, right? But sometimes I may put a little bit of sugar on it. But why not put sugar on it? I we're all some of you may be starting out right now and may need a little bit more help, or you might not have your own stories just yet. So you can either ask your teams in Millionaire Mentorship, hey, has anybody got this testimonial? But if they don't, there is nothing wrong, and I mean nothing wrong with getting some help from your teams to kind of send things through, because it might not be your story, but it does happen. So if I'm talking about a price point, I'm going to show that there's four ways to pay. I'm going to show at what a daily amount takes to bill my drops to a daily amount of cutting out coffee. Show those differences. So if you think about where do we market well but fail to recruit? Where do we recruit but forget to keep our brand visibility? They all work hand in hand. And if you're looking at our marketing, marketing attracts attention and recruiting attracts people, but they both rely on trust and visibility. So if we're keeping that message going, and if you've got these blockages, think how can I use my stories, use my reels, use my posts to underliningly be able to be selling to my customer without feeling like they're being sold to. It's very clever. So social media supports so many things. It builds credibility, it shows consistency, it creates familiarity, and it reduces the hesitation of somebody to be wanting to buy off you. And why I say this is because social media to me is the funnest thing ever. If you said to me, Annika, you've got 7 hours to just go play on social media, make content, I'm a happy woman. So that's where I want you guys to be really standing tall in your platform because it is the most beautiful platform to be able to connect with the world. We have a global platform. And why would I sit there and want to sell to four walls when I can sell to billions of people that are plugging in daily looking for the answers that you have in your hands? So, branding and messaging. A lot of people sit there and say, what's a brand? Oh, Annika wears all pink and she does this and I can't do that. Guys, at the end of the day, branding isn't a logo. It isn't a logo. Branding is perception, branding is repetition, and branding is emotion. That means it's you. It is all you, baby. You are the brand. What are your likes, your dislikes? Why would people come to your page? Why are they here? Well, who do you help? There's all those things. Your logo just encompasses who you are. Your message clarity on your pages. Ask yourself when you scroll down who you help, what problem you solve today, and why do people need to buy off you, and why does that matter? So, what do people feel when they see your content? Do you have that clear niche and audience? One message repeated often is great. Do you think that Hungry Jack's or KFC or Domino's cares that every single ad that you've got on your best favorite show continuously comes up? It is repetition because one day you'll say something that will go, oh, you know what? I have been watching James Zhang for ages talking about these silly little drops, and one day he got me. One day it's that one word, that one testimonial, that one story set that made me see the value of what he's selling. So if people are not buying, or you're sitting there and you go, I've done one collab snap post and I didn't sell, it's just not clear. Our products are so innovative that people go, how can that be? So it is up to us to keep that message going, repetition, repetition, because that same tone will people to understand. If I thought about hormone relief, I think of James and Becky Zhang. If I think about trying to get pregnant, I think about James and Becky's story. So that's to me, if people think about you, is that what they think about? Are you that expert? And the key reminders is not to have a confused message. So a confused message will give you no action. And that repetition will build your recognition on your own pages. So videos are the greatest thing ever. Stories, reels. Videos are watched 4 more times than text, and people retain 95% of videos versus 10% of actual posts. And people are also 85% more likely to buy from a video. This is an interesting fact for you all that videos are actually 85% are watched with the sound off. That's a true fact, my friends. So if you are doing stories or your reels, if you are not using captions on the top of it, you are not going to be getting that message around to people. So captions matter. You have a caption button on those stickers that I showed you, or if you have CapCut and you want to use prettier captions, CapCut is a great tool to be able to use for your captions as well. I use CapCut for that. So the secret to preventing an objection. Who here gets objections, right? Everybody? I'm sure, right? We all get objections. Not now, I can't do that, too expensive. Objections, my friends, is a tennis game. You're just playing tennis. And when people get objections, I like people saying no to me. I think to myself, all right, I really didn't make that one work. I knew I balls that one up, but look at how you did that. And send it to other people and say, hey, I closed with this, but she didn't check out. How could I make this better? Push on your community to be able to help you. But if you're looking at an objection as a tennis match, too expensive. I'll be hungry. They ghost you. How can I stay on track? Being healthy is too complicated. Family meals, I'm cooking. How can I cook differently to my family? I'll just put the weight back on. Do you know what Saru does? Whenever she gets an objection, she will take that comment and she'll put it into her reels and she will then answer it. And then she uses that for content, but then will send the reel. If she gets that objection again, she'll send them back to that page of that reel. So it boosts her algorithm again. So she builds her business through the complaints department. It's very smart. So if somebody says, "Oh, if I'm going to get constipated," she has a whole about 4 reels from that, and she keeps them saved in her notes. Then she sends them back to TikTok or Instagram, wherever she's pushing them, and it boosts her algorithm again. But if you looked at your complaints department and you said, okay, I get complaints. How do I answer these? Like, if I've just put on 2, 4, 6, 7 here, how could you answer this? Too expensive. The best thing when you handle an objection is agree with them. You know what? I hear you. I actually said no to this business for 5 years because I didn't think I was good enough and I thought it would be too expensive. Now, when I started to out earn my ex-husband, my whole life changed. I've never had to ask for money again for the rest of my life. It completely transformed me. You know, I hear you. Me too. Like, I'll be hungry. Yeah, I thought that as well. Then I ended up having so much on my plate, I didn't know what to do with. I've actually got truck drivers that can't finish the whole meal on our meal plans. So, babe, honestly, I thought that, but I can tell you now, you will not be hungry. And plus, you're going to have me to help you. So, th this is the whole point. How do you handle that complaint? How can I stay on track? Like you're then edifying you of what you give them. So if you can think about objections are just a tennis game and then use that for content in your stories to then back it up, marketing versus recruiting. They live together. There is no verse. So stories, I will push this for the long as I am breathing. They are all watching, right? On your reels, you can't see who watches. You see the views, and only if they comment, then you're in business, right? But if you're really getting good at your stories, you get to see who is watching, and then you can click on any of their profiles. If you can look at their posts. If there's a new face on there, do they comment on their pages? Are they a real person? Then maybe you could go follow them. Stories even get pushed out to all your followers. So you'll see I've got 623 views on, let's just say this story here. But if I scroll down, it will say, like it will have like a ghost head down the bottom with another 100 views. They're my followers, follow like looking as well. So people will like even look at your other stuff. So knowing that your stories can get so much reach. And if somebody is watching, you can simply say, thank you for watching my story. I love sharing my content on social media, but it's not about pitching or forcing them. You can pitch them further on down the track, but stories are a great way to get into the messenger to then build that relationship with that audience that is watching you. Go and friend request them, or if you're friends already, go start that conversation. Hey, I saw you pop into my stories. Oh my gosh, how have you been? I saw your son just turn 18. I can't believe he's 18. You look too young to be an 18-year-old's mother. Like all those things. How can you build those Me Too connection moments? It is about starting a real connection. Your messenger bubbles. If somebody handles you an objection, put a messenger bubble up. I just saved my customer 30% on one of my drops. Yahoo! Like it could be anything. What is the objection you're handling? And if you change your messenger bubble continuously through the day, Saru changes hers every 4 hours, it reboots you right up to the top again. So it will edify you. So using your bubbles to edify you, you'll see Saru's will change all day, continuously bumping her algorithm to get ahead with her story sets. So how to form. FORM, like a pro. What does form stand for? Let's talk about a formula. What do we post? A lot of us, if we scroll down our pages, is it spammy Tammy or is it, hey, I'm Liliana Ainsley and I have so much to tell you, right? For family. We're looking at the F. Where are you from? Do you have a big family? How many kids do you have? How old are they? How long have you been married for? Talk about anything about your family. Being a sibling does not matter. Oh, occupation. What's your background? What do you like and what do you do? How long have you been doing it for? How did you get started in your business? All of this is content for yourselves. Is it missing your heartbeat of who you are for people to buy off you? Your recreations. What do you like to do for fun? Do you get to do it a lot? Read that, Annika. What's your favorite place to go? Do you play any sports? M for message. Identify the personality type of hot buttons so you can effectively deliver the message. Once you know that, you can start by saying, I couldn't help but notice that. This may or may not be for you. You can message people with being able to look at their profiles and saying, hey, I couldn't help but notice that you said in your post that you're feeling really tired. I have a product that can really help with that. Hey, I couldn't help but notice that you live in the Gold Coast and I'm up there every second week. Would you like to catch up for a coffee? I love connecting on social media. It could be anything, right? Knowing your message and your hot buttons to be able to connect more with people. I like this formula for myself. I run with this all the time. I think of something funny, I sell, I add value in education, and then I put me on. For me, you can swap that around, but I'm always thinking of how I can market myself with keeping my own message on top of my own branding. So this is Amanda Fowler. When we first started our business, Amanda was quite very interesting for us to find out about. This is her formula. And when there's a lot of you on here going, I can't post or I don't know what to do, Kirsten followed this exact formula. And I told you the other day, she had 1,400 leads on Black Friday. 1,400. She had a reel that went off, and it was a recreated reel that I'm going to show you and show you how to do in a second. But this is Amanda's formula. She does 7 seconds. She puts a trending sound over the top, and she hooks them in with a pain point. So this is her data, right? She doesn't even speak in it, guys. She looks, she has a pain point on the top of it, and you can see here, POV, meaning point of view. When you realize one of the simplest ways to balance your insulin and lower your cortisol is this, dot, dot, dot. And then she tells them, read caption. She sends them to her post to read, and then she then hooks them in with the information in her post. 7 seconds, trending sound, hooks. She never says a word. I asked her, how do you how do you do your content? She says, oh, just when I'm walking down the street or I've got a cup of coffee. So if people say to me, I don't know what to post or how to post, this girl just does this. If you looked at her page, this is her Instagram account. Go have a look. I wouldn't suggest you follow her. I would suggest you look at her content and see what she does, and then take the content. Saru, all the girls take her stuff. But what they do is they will look at this and they'll change it up a little bit. So they'll do a little bit of a different point of view. But she's a really good one to have a look at, to see and go, you know what? All she does is 7 seconds. She never talks. Man, I can do that. What I love about Amanda is she gives you that confidence to go, this is a woman who is on, 5,000 a week from her selling on her products, and she's just doing 7 seconds. Oh my gosh. Well, if she can make money, I can make money. I love the way she does this. This one had 12.3 thousand views. It was just her snap drops, right? She had huge engagement, huge engagement. So if any of you are sitting there and thinking, what should I post, or how do I post? Where do I start? Go check out Amanda. Look at her things that she's doing and go, you know what? There's no reason why I can't do 7 seconds. When somebody says to me, oh, I haven't posted for 2 weeks, I'm like, you don't have 7 seconds. It's like, it's the Amanda Fowler effect, right? And I know Amanda didn't get this. I know Amanda learned this from somebody else, but I always like to edify where I learn it from. So no more greetings. Why this matters for you all is you have 1/8 of a second to capture people. 1/8 of a second. We are goldfish. This used to be 2 seconds. It is now 1/8 of a second of somebody to stop tapping or flicking to move on. And I wish somebody taught me this when I first started. So I'm going to, and let me know if you can hear this. I hope you can.
My name is Annika Martin. I'm from the Gold Coast. I'm Martin, and I'm from the Gold Coast. My name is Annika Martin. I'm from the Gold Coast. It's Annika Martin from the Gold Coast. It's Annika Martin from the Gold Coast. It's Annika Martin from the Gold Coast.
I want to show you this because I want you to see we all start from somewhere, right? Like that, there's me 9 years ago. I got told I had to introduce myself. Do you know how many people laughed at me? Do you know how many friends, and I had bitchy friends back then. Like they weren't nice. But why you need to see that is that while I was going wrong, I was taught that way. But we get straight to the point. Your best sentence first. I wish I knew this sooner. Oops, come back, Annika.
Hey guys, my name is Annika Martin.
So best sentence first. We're going to go through this, which is text hooks. Hooks are a way to capture the audience. And if I just roll forward, here are some hooks. Here's the secret when it comes to, that's your first line. Well, what is the secret? Here's the secret when it comes to balancing your hormones. Stop doing whatever it is if you want to achieve result. Tired of, highlight a pain point. Can you shut that door, please, sweetheart? that because I'm sure I can't hear over the drilling. Here's the number one mistake you are making with hormone control. So you can just, I'll give you this PDF afterwards, guys, and you can fill in your blanks. But this is what I'm meaning about your best sentence first. What does that look like? So text hooks, visual hooks, and word hooks. These are how they all come together. You can see for mine, I put them straight on the top of the page. So I'm going to give you some examples of what this looks like. Are you ready?
This is a visual hook. This is where I am talking and I'm doing something at the same time. You don't have to remember the whole entire lines, just remember the one that keeps them engaged for that 1.8 seconds to capture them. Why am I 41 years old and I'm just understanding this right now? This is called a word hook. It's the first sentence that comes out of my mouth that makes them go, huh, what are they going to say? What didn't they know? I wish I found this out sooner. I can't believe I didn't know this. When I realized X, Y, those first lines that come out of your mouth, punch them straight in the gob. But 1/8 of a second, how do I keep them hooked on my word hook? That's called a text hook. When you're capturing them, if you don't want to talk, you don't want to use your mouth, how do I get them to be able to read what is underneath what I've been posting? These words that you've got, send them to the message. If you have people watching your things over 3 seconds, this is called and classified a view. You are in their algorithm train for 2 weeks. Get them past 3 seconds. Hooks matter. If you are eating cereals in the morning like these, 9 times out of 10, you'll be hungry about 30 minutes later because you are eating a sugars for breakfast. You should be swapping your meals and your breakfast to high protein. This is what I use in my meal plans for keeping people to have sustained weight loss for 28 days with my hormone drops. I wish I knew about this program sooner and how much protein can keep you fuller for longer. If those sugar cravings and food noise is a massive thing in your life, like it was mine, these hormone drops are a game changer, especially for ghrelin, which is that hunger hormone that just will not stop talking. If you want results like this without all the food noise, meet me in the comments for some more information.
All right. Why I want to show you that is that it gives you a clear example of what hooks look like. And at the end, I did a couple of pain points with an actual thing falling down. That is what I'm talking about with hooks. Is everybody understand hooks? And best line first, right? Visual. Visual is the daddy of all daddies. So if you can, like, let's say a girl is like, let's say you're making a salad, or you're cutting an apple, or you're stirring in a bowl. I found out how great visual hooks were with Saru. I came in with a broom in my hand because I was mopping the floor, and I came in and I had this broom. And Saru said to me, I don't even know what you said, but I just couldn't take my eyes off you because had this broom in your hand." And it was at that point that I went, huh, visual hook. It got her. So I started implementing visual hooks in my videos. So I'm not just sitting there and going, "Hello, everybody, it's Annika here, and I'm talking about my balance drops." I'll come in and I'll be pulling the balance drops out of their packet, or I'll be going into the fridge and then coming back to the fridge. That is visual motion, movement. People do like pouring water while they're talking, and you'll interestingly see this so much now. It's like that glass that shatters. When you go onto your feeds now, you'll see so many people doing this. It is a true hack to keep people interested. And you want to get them past that 3 seconds because then that classifies as that view, and you guys then are in their algorithm train. All right, let's go back to our presentation. So you're going to get all of this for you guys so you can be able to take any of these hooks and be able to use them for yourselves. So let's go into ChatGPT. This tool is not a shortcut. What it does is it's an idea generator. It captions your assistance of being able to know what your message is. It's a hook creator. It structures help for you. But what it still needs is your final edits. It needs to have your brand voice. It needs to have real stories. So what I like to do a lot of the time is use the microphone. I rarely type to chat. I rarely text. I always use the microphone and I talk to him personally because he sees my tone. He knows how I speak. Like it matters. So if I'm asking him things, it's always through microphone. If you're a typer, go be a typer. But that way, in turn, it's a quicker conversation for me to get my faster information out. So let's get real about ChatGPT. Do you ever say, I embarked on your this journey. Let's empower you, unlock your potential, embark on a transformation experience, harness the power of balance drops. This life-changing product with a dash symbol. Fuel your soul, body, and mind. We don't talk like this. None of us do, right? So if gives you a post or gives you a real idea or says something back to you, you get on that microphone and you tell that guy. I always talk to him. I always say to him, chat, I don't use these words. I've trained my chat GPT, and this is the whole point. If you used my chat GPT to Liliana's chat GPT, to James's chat GPT, it'd be completely different because they have been trained. So the more you talk to it, the better it will get, and it wants feedback. So it's not like you're saying something that you don't need to say. You're training it. It is a personalized VA for you every day of the week, 24/7, spitting out 10,000 words per minute. Like this is such a cool tool. So let's find out ways on how to use it. Who's got their phone right now? If you can pull your phones out, as I said, you will get this as a PDF. But where I go into this is I personalize it. So again, you can even ask chat, like if I was trying to personalize it, I would say what I want it to do. And I would say, can you give me a prompt on being able to personalize myself inside of this app? And I'll tell them everything about me, who I am, how many kids I've got, where I'm from, what my fears, my desires, and what I like to post, who I think I am, all this stuff. And I'm saying, and he will then give me a full speech, which you can see here, he's already done for me. And then I will go into the personalized section and I'll personalize it. And then it will say here, references to saved memories and references to chat history. So this means if I have this all turned on, gang, that it will then remember every time I say memory update or don't use this, he will continuously remember. So your settings, again, in ChatGPT matter. So if you have got your phones out, please go and have a look at that, or you can just wait till you get this PDF. So let's talk about prompts. Sometimes when people say, or they've put something out and it's interesting because we can tell, guys. Everybody can tell when a chat GPT has been made if you haven't changed it. But maybe you're just not prompting him a certain way. So you're going to get all of these prompts, but in here it says, I am an insert profession, and my target audience is provide details and demographics. What are the top 5 things my target audiences struggle with when it comes to achieving hormones, right? Whatever you're wanting to ask chat to do, these prompts will help you be able to speak to him more correctly. So I've given you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prompts to be able to copy and paste and take into chat today and be able to play around with him.
Here is my number 1 prompt for chat.
So this prompt changed my whole entire existence. I have used this and taught it to so many people because it is literally a game-changing prompt. This is here. She'll tell you in a second. But what it does is it spits out frustrations, desires, and fears of what your audiences are looking for. But what do you think I use this for as a graph? I use this now for content. So if I'm looking at even the first one, limit access to healthy food, achieving desired body image, and not being able to reach my goals. It's giving you the storyline of exactly this. Now, when he spits that out to you and he gives you this answer of whatever you put into this formula that you're going to give him in this prompt, I would then say to him, using these 8 frustrations, desires, and fears, now create me 8 reels on these exact content. And then he'll then create it for you. This chat is a content creator planner. It is everything. It is live. So for you to be able to shortcut your time is amazing. So let's listen to her.
ChatGPT, you will be able to get 30 pieces of evergreen content for your brand. Type this into your ChatGPT prompt. I want you to do some research for me. Act as an expert Instagram social media marketer. Tell me 10 frustrations, 10 desires, and 10 fears that add your audience experience with their add the area of focus. Put it in a table format, label X axis 1 through 10 and Y axis frustrations, desires, and fears. Voila, you'll have about a month of content that you can create for your brand. Give it a shot.
It's amazing. So I know that some of you are thinking, what's X, what's Y? So if we talked it out together, if we come up to the first one, so tell me 10 frustrations, 10 desires, 10 fears that add your audience. Women over, well, when do we say that? 35. So perimenopause starts at 35. So if I was doing this about perimenopause or about collagen, about whatever I wanted to sell that week or in that reel, I would put in women over 35 struggling, and then struggling with their weight. And it says here, experience with their perimenopause. Put it in a table format. It will spit you out what Google is searching right now. People are wanting. This is fast, accurate information. ChatGPT now is used more than Google. More than Google. So Google is going down and Chat is going up because he is connected to every single platform. He's such a great search engine for you with real-time information of what's going on in the world. So these are all my prompts that I like to use. And this is like seriously how in depth I go with him. Let's say if I just read a little bit of this out here, it says, I need a funny, engaging, and high energy 30 to 45-second script about Partner Co's collab drops. It's hormone support that everyone needs in their life right now. Here's what I want it to hit. The reality of feeling like the hormone ghrelin, bloated, stressed, craving, everything that isn't nailed down. Why hormones? Leptin, ghrelin, insulin, cortisol are the real bosses behind the cravings. So this is my language that I like to talk like on my page. So I talk to him as if I'm creating the post, and then I tell him what I want him to do. So then at the end as well, I've asked him to make the reels up, but then also tell me where to stand. Give me hook ideas. Give me angles, prop ideas, caption cues for each scene. So he'll tell me, go to the fridge and pull out an apple and say this line. Go, then walk over, look frustrated and pull at your pants and talk about this part about your belly fat. Like he will literally do for you script by script of having a director in your phone and telling you exactly what to do and how to do it. So bonus tips for you about your chat and how to be able to coach him and be able to prompt him is I upload language that I like as well. So let's say Constance did a post today and I loved it, or I saw a quote, or I saw a post of a company that had done something. I will copy and paste all those words and I'll feed him and I'll say, I really like the way that this lady talks, or I like the way that they constructed this post. This is how I want you to construct all my posts. I feed him language constantly. I will even, if there was a YouTube link, I would download the transcript of somebody speaking on YouTube that I enjoyed, and I will feed him that whole entire transcript and say, this language here is the type of person that I want to be seen as. Please update memory and be able to use this when I'm asking you to create content. So see how you can really nut out and really channel in on who you want to be with ChatGPT. So I also upload URLs to shadow banned hashtags. So obviously, if you guys are creating your own hashtags now, this is something that we used to do because we used to use 30 hashtags. So essentially, it's not a big thing, but if you are using chat for hashtags, make sure that you're feeding them shadow banned hashtags. Weirdly, like there's weird hashtags out there that are shadow banned. I don't know if you guys know this, but hashtag like best friend, like it is so bizarre what is shadow banned. So sometimes you might put a hashtag on your page and you're like, it didn't reach anywhere. I don't know why it went. Because you could be using a hashtag that's like stupidly being shadow banned. And so it's something too that you could even look up today and go, ask chat, say, hey chat, what what hashtags are shadow banned for 2025? And then he could tell you and say, please never use these hashtags. So that could be a simpler way for you to ask him. Please and thank you always go a long way. But the more you talk to it, the better it will get. And always ask for memory update, memory update. But you make sure those settings for yourselves, guys, is set so that it can memorize and it is personalized to you. That those toggles that I told you to turn on. The last thing for your chat is the dash symbols. Please don't use dash symbols and continuously ask him to remove. Don't use dash symbols because unless, like, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys do use dash symbols, go for it. Use dash symbols. But I've never used a dash symbol whenever I've texted somebody or I've done an email. You guys may be super analytical and very grammarly correct. I'm not. So if you are, go for it. But if you're not, make sure that one thing that you can tell if somebody's using chat is the wording, empower, journey, body and soul, like all those types of things that you would never say, all those dash symbols. They're very, very evident. So my go-to apps, if you guys don't have these downloaded, you should. All of them. Your ChatGPT, CapCut, Canva, and Friendly. This here is Snap Insta, and we're going to quickly run through Snap Insta for yourselves and why this is important. Snap Insta is a platform that you can pinch from, and Friendly is a platform, and this is an app that you can pinch anything from Facebook. So Friendly is for Facebook, Snap Insta is for Instagram, but it is a URL. So meaning like you search it in Safari. So this is the link for it. And what you do is you copy and paste content from Instagram and you can then pinch it and change the words over the top of it. And Friendly for Facebook is amazing. What it will download, like a 40-minute presentation in a minute. So when you're trying to pinch stuff like from a group or a video or something, let's say even anything, let's say the corporate did something off in our groups and you wanted to use that video, go to Friendly, sign into your Facebook account and go and take the video. It's a simple download. So why recreating is a great move for your business. This is a video that I pinched from Snap Insta that I can then go reuse. But why would I reuse it? Because it's had 14.7 million views, 306,000 shares, 722,000 likes, and it's had nearly 3,000 comments. It is viral content, but it's like a recreated content. So what I could do is, it says here what it feels like when your firstborn starts driving. I could use that, but you could potentially say on here, knowing Christmas is coming, how it feels trying to do last minute shopping for Christmas. All you do is you take this to your stories or to your reels and you retype over the top of this and you recreate it. So essentially, it's content that works. If you have a look at it now. See, funny though, right? It's funny stuff. Did it make me laugh? Absolutely, it made me laugh. So what I say to you guys, if you are on Instagram, Facebook, you've seen a video and you do this one, or you go, oh, I'm going to share it. Stop the share button. Stop that little giggle and head to Snap Insta or head to Friendly, download it, and think to yourself, how can I recreate this and put it on my own pages as fresh content? You know it's a hit. It's made you laugh. What about another one? Great. 3.5 million views. You know it works. So for me, I'm always looking for content that I can pinch and recreate. Remember, it's okay to recreate new content from other people's stuff because like they've recreated this themselves. They got it off somebody else. It just that this post hit. So I'm going to go redo the same thing. This is how you use Snap Insta. This is a step-by-step guide on how to do it. It will come up with a few ads because it's free. So that's how you kind of get around it. It's a lot easier to download from a computer. So essentially all you do, guys, is let's say I was on Instagram and I went to share. If you guys get your phones out now, and I'll show you on how to get the link of the copy. So if I head to Instagram, and let's just go to any reel at all, your first reel that you see on Instagram. Okay. Mine is, okay, here. So I've got this one here. This is this reel. Now, if I go to it's like a little aeroplane at the very bottom, it will say copy link on the right-hand corner. And all I do, and this copies the URL link that you then, if I head over to Safari or Chrome, and I go to Snap Insta, it should come up as, it'll come up as that link that you guys will see up here, and I will copy and paste that link into that URL, and it will download. And you know what's really cool is it downloads with no watermark. So if I was going, so some of you may go, well, I could just download it with a watermark off that. But what do you think a watermark does? It gives them that credibility, plus it could affect your algorithm because you are like, it's old content. We want to post this as fresh content. So if it doesn't have a watermark, the algorithm reads it as fresh content. And especially if you're putting different words over the top of it, or you are putting new hashtags or new captions and all of that underneath, it will read as fresh content and push out far more than what it would. So when you come onto Snap Insta, remember you're going to see some ads and stuff. Just always go in the cross box. So it will close the ads down. It'll show you about 2 to 3 ads, and then you can download it. As I said, it's a lot easier on a laptop than a phone, but you guys will get used to it. Do you like the thought of recreating content? Good. All right. So day 3, tomorrow, what we will cover is we're going to build an audience and not waste content. We're going to do data tracking, follows, groups, friends, and talk about social media being a story. So it's not about how many see it, it's about who feels it. So that's what we'll be covering tomorrow for you guys and going through all of our buttons as well. There was a lot of content in there, I'm sure. Did you guys? Okay. But I feel, and what I really want to reiterate for you guys is that when you sit there and you see on what you can use. So you've got chat that can create content and help you build this message, this brand, this platform. And when you have a person who won't check out or you're not getting sales, look at your pages and go, well, how can I answer the problems and not sit there and bang my head against a wall and be like, I am continuously trying to edify myself and tell my customer that these are going to work. Bugger them. Get on your social media in your stories and start showing how these work and seeing if they're watching, because you're on their algorithm, because you're creating this brand, right? So don't bang your head against a wall. All you are doing is showing your audiences exactly the value. So the only reason why people aren't buying is because they do not see the value in being able to invest in themselves. So it is up to us to continuously pushing this content out and showing what our products are solving with all the problems in the world. Whether it's the business, whether it's the web, whether it's our all natural supplements, it does not matter. How are we showing the value of what we've got in our hands? So it's not no's, it's just not right now. And we have not made ourselves that irresistible for the audience to go, you know what, I'm done. Here's $300. Go fix me. That's where we're missing, if we're missing it. Okay. All right, let's have a look at the comments. I'm just going to take myself off spotlight. Does anybody want to ask a question? Okie dokie. I think James.
do. I clicked the download thing, put the link in, but where does it download to? I can't find it in my photos, in my downloads. Where did it disappear to?
You have an Apple?
Yep.
Okay, great. So when we come down, and if anybody wants to do this, we can all do this together right now. So I was just downloading that one. So let me download it. So if you're coming up to it, you've got that blue that blue section, right? So I'm going to click on that, and it will say that it will come to another section of download.
Oh, mine didn't do that, just said downloaded.
Okay, so then if yours might be an updated version, or you might have a not updated version, but down the very bottom here,
Yep.
there'll be an arrow.
Uh-huh.
If I click on that arrow, it will then show my downloads, or go into your settings and go downloads, search for downloads.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
And then if I click on the video, it will then give me a little button down the front, and it will say save video. And then I've saved it.
And that's going to save it to Instagram?
No, it will save into
No.
your photos.
Into your photos. Okay, cool. Thank you.
But recreating content is so fun. And it makes you guys work like this is my whole point in life. Work smarter, not harder. Because you like if you're sitting there and going, okay, I'm going to get 7 pieces of content out this week, and I'm going to pinch 4 of them. I'm going to do 7 original, pinch 4. That leaves me up to 11 for this week. I'm going to prepare myself on Monday. We all know Saru blocks out Monday. Don't even bother trying to get her on a Zoom or a call. She changes her outfit 8 times in the day. She gets all the content out for the whole entire week, and she's done. And then all week, all she spends is following up and tracking her reels of whatever they're doing. And like that's how organized she is. So sometimes when you guys go, I'm working, or how do I fit this in? You can fit this in because you can as well go and pinch some stuff too. And it also it gives that buffer. Like if I see those videos, like we've all seen those videos, right? It all makes us giggle, like all those movie videos and things like that resonates. Paul, you got a question? Yeah. Paula? I think she can't unmute. Does anybody have any other questions?
I do.
Okay, great.
Can I?
Okay, go, Paula.
Oh,
We can hear you. Is she frozen? Oh, no, you're not. We can hear you. We can hear you, honey. Oh, it doesn't. I gotta send it back. All right, guys.
oh,
yeah, you go.
I had a question. Is when I downloaded, is that Snap? Is that the symbol for it?
No,
Or
so
does it have to be on desktop?
no, remember, it's not an app. It is a
Okay.
URL. So
And
I think it's HTTP Snap Insta. So if you
Right.
just put Snap Insta into Chrome or Safari, it
Yeah.
will come up. So remember,
you.
you're copying and pasting that link out. All right.
Perfect. Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know there's a lot of information in there. And tomorrow we're going to run through all your buttons, okay? All your buttons. Okay, wonderful. Have a wonderful time, guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Annika.
Thank you. That
Thanks
was
so much.
amazing, Annika.
Thank you,
Bye.
Annika.
Thank you. Thank you, Annika. That
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.